All right, on the road with Griff Martin, and here I am in Jacksonville, killing a little time before I go to Jack Rabbit's bar, where I'm going to be watching Fortune Child this evening. And I'm running around town here, and just some information people might want to know about. This is the funeral home where Ronnie Van Zant, where they had his funeral. And right here is where Ronnie's funeral was. I'm going to be doing a little running around before I go down there. I hope this wind isn't bothering the sound here, but yeah. This is the funeral home where Ronnie Van Zant had his funeral. Orange Park, Jacksonville, Florida. Over here at the cemetery, and a lot of people have already probably seen a lot of this. Some people may not have, and that's the reason I'm going to stop over here and just do a little video. And this is the burial site of Steve Gaines, and where Ronnie used to be. This is where they broke into their into the vault, and that's Ronnie's vault that they broke into, which I think it was in the back here. From what I remember, they broke into that and did get some things out of there. And I think the same thing with Steve. It was pretty terrible, but and you can see somebody left an unopened Budweiser right there. Maybe that was Steve's favorite. So yeah, over here at the cemetery where Steve Gaines is buried and Ronnie Van Zant used to be. And what do we have here? It's in a little Bible. And then there's some other stuff here, some little trinkets, shells, little coin there, and there's a free bird. Crazy stuff gets left here. Okay, just thought I'd stop over here in case nobody's seen it, and I'd videotape it so you can. And one more thing just before I leave here. Steve Gaines is no longer buried here, and I don't think too many people know where he is buried. And Ronnie's been moved, of course, so neither one of them are no longer here. Not too far from the cemetery where we just were, where Ronnie and Steve were originally buried, is this theater. Now, I don't know if it was an AMC or what the name of the theater was at the time, but this is where Judy and Kathy Collins both came to go to the movies, and this is where Judy found Kathy in the restroom, unconscious in the stall, and they rushed her to the hospital, and I believe she died on the way. So I just wanted to show a little history here of that. The theater where Kathy Collins lost her life, either here or on the way to the hospital. Check out the raccoon on the garbage can, right next to Leon Wilkerson's house. Now this is Dolphin Street, and this is Leon Wilkerson's old house. Right here. That might be Leon the raccoon. Might be Rabbit. Huh. But yeah, this is where Leon used to live. I don't want the neighbors to come out and get mad at me here, so I won't stay too long. But this may or may not be where Joe Crump lived with Leon Wilkeson, and AC/DC stayed with him. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that, but I thought I'd stop by. Okay, we're at the venue here with Fortune Child, and we're gonna be going inside here and do a little videotape, and this is gonna be some new music Fortune Child's put out. And I'm gonna go over here and talk to old Buddy Crump for a second here. Hey Buddy, you got a minute?
Yeah, man.
So here's Buddy Crump, and this is the lead guitar player for Fortune Child. I hear you got some new music, man.
It's all new stuff, man. We got a new record coming out.
Is this the first time you played it live anywhere?
This is the first pass at it. So these people are the guinea pigs tonight.
How many songs you got?
We'll probably have about 5 or 6. One of them gets weird. We like to jam, so they're gonna give us a little bit of a longer set.
So it's gonna be what, like 45 minutes?
About 45. Yeah.
45 minutes.
45.
Something happened. You guys were supposed to be on second, and then you got bumped up to first, right?
Yeah, the first band, the Annie Dukes, are not. They're not gonna be able to play tonight. So they moved us to first, and
cool.
So
How's the thing going with the Black Crows? You know, you guys.
We did that run, and it was really cool. Rich and Chris are very nice.
They like you guys' style, right?
We had a cocktail with Chris backstage. It was very nice.
That's cool.
He told us a lot of good stories.
How many shows you think you played with them?
I think we were supposed to be on about 5 or so, I think. I'm not really sure. The first time we went out, some of the days got canceled because they were on tour with Aerosmith.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Steven Tyler.
I was set up to go to that show in Clearwater.
Yeah.
And then they canceled, and Brian Campbell was supposed to be there. Mm-hmm. But then you guys hooked me up with the tickets over there, you know, in Jacksonville, and that was cool, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You guys did great, man.
Thank you, man.
You got some. You gonna play any of that stuff tonight, or this is all new stuff?
Well, since we have some more time, we might throw an older song.
And Kent was telling me you got a new song that you're really proud of.
There's a couple, yeah. There's one that's, I mean, you know, it's super hard to play favorite.
Right. Well, it's all up to whoever likes it, that's listening. So I'm sure. And I'm going to try to get some of it out. We'll put it on the podcast.
Absolutely,
and I'm going to be right up front there recording some of it.
Yeah.
I hope it's not echoing around in there too much.
No,
Sound like it's pretty good acoustics.
Yeah.
But
it'll be really loud when we play.
So, that's the way people like it.
That's
man.
the way it. Man.
So what? A little bit about rig. What are you playing out of an amp?
I'm playing a 1970 Silverface. Well, it's modded to be a blackface, but it's a Silverface super reverb.
Cool.
Fender.
I got a little Princeton reverb.
Yeah. The whole new album is recorded with a Princeton.
Yeah, this little Princeton I got. If you ever want to borrow it,
Princeton
man.
and a PB Pacer.
Yeah, it's a little tiny. It's a little tiny amp that I got, and Mike Estes, he's trying to talk me out of it all the time.
Fantastic for recording.
Yeah, that's
fantastic for recording.
I guess if you got a PA, you know, you can mic it, and it's.
Yeah.
You guys got some pretty big stuff. What you got? Different guitars you're playing, or just one?
It's just my Les Paul that I usually play.
Les Paul.
Yeah.
How old is that Les Paul? Is it a new one?
It's a newer one. Yeah, I walked into the guitar store one day. I just picked it up off the wall.
Cool.
I just loved it. It's a 50s model.
Oh wow.
So it's
cool.
it's a 50s spec. So it's
and a lot of people haven't seen it probably, but that video of you playing Alan's Explorer.
Yeah.
That's really
cool. That was a Firebird.
That's been about 5 years. Oh, it was a Firebird.
It was a Firebird,
the Firebird.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
that was the Steve Reynolds place. It was amazing to play. It sounded phenomenal, and I see why Alan.
Yeah, what did you think of it, man?
Well, it's just a weapon. Loud, and the true tone of the Skinner Boys comes out loud.
They
super clean and super loud, and it was the amp breaking up. It was just they were inspired by the Who, and that's what they did, you know. And Alan's tone. I mean, like when you get to that level of, I mean, you're talking about like a 130 dB show.
Yeah, that's
for the most part.
I got to see them. You know, in Lakeland Civic Center.
The tone changes. It's a different kind of thing when you get to that volume level. So that's why they sounded the way they did. You can't get away with it.
You guys got such a unique sound, you know, and you did a tour over in Europe, right?
Did a Europe tour.
How did that go?
It was good. It was really cool.
New experience, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad to be
How were
back.
the people over there? Were they pretty
Very
cool?
supportive.
Where all did you go?
Spain, France, and Belgium.
And how long were you there?
About 3 weeks.
Are you guys there by yourself, or did you go?
We were there. We had a support act over there, and it was really cool. It was basically just us and them, you know, and they booked us a show. You know, I don't know how many shows was it, maybe 10 or so, you know. And France was really cool.
Oh yeah.
France was really cool. Belgium, the people were just so supportive over there.
Yeah, they're rockers over there, man.
Very
you
much,
know,
very
and
much.
Estes, he makes a living over there. You
They
know,
like heavy
Skinny
stuff
Molly.
Yeah.
All right, buddy Crump, man. Appreciate the words, and
Absolutely.
And hopefully I'll get in there and be able to get some good footage.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, Shelby, what's going on? We got Shelby Barrett here, our stonette. Nobody ever really gets to see her that much.
Hey, y'all.
Except in the beginning of the podcast.
Rise and shine, everybody. It's time to wake and bake with Craig Reed and Griff Martin.
So how you been, Shelby?
Doing good, doing good.
What you been up to? You moved to St. Augustine,
Yeah,
huh?
I did. I absolutely love it here. I'm doing inflatables here and still doing it back in Mississippi, so just make the best of it.
Yeah, those things that the kids play on, the inflatables.
Yeah,
Shelby's
water slides
got
and bounce houses.
a business. You want to plug it?
Yeah, Good Time Party Rentals and Small Town Inflatables.
And that's in St. Augustine and Jacksonville?
Right.
Cool. And Shelby came up here actually with Derek Hess, and he's in there talking to Steve Reynolds. But she came down to see Fortune Child, and I just wanted to get a little bit of her on the video here because people don't get to see her. People don't realize I met Shelby at the monument, and then we drug her around to a lot of these events, and she got kind of hooked on the Jacksonville, St. Augustine area.
All it took was just that first trip over, and I've just...
And you moved.
I hadn't been able to get away since.
So now she's living in St. Augustine and loving life. It's kind of a one-horse town there where you came from, right? So a little bit of an excitement overload, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Shelby, it's good seeing you.
All right, good to see you too.
All righty.
Thank you. This is Buddy Crump on the lead guitar, y'all. This is John Ward on the bass. This is everything we're playing tonight's brand new music. You guys are the first people to hear it, so this is pretty cool.